Alright, welcome back to another Marvel Contest of Champions video. Today we're going to be testing out the Power Technician revamped node in Cavalier difficulty. I'm going to be using Hulkbuster. I think it's going to be perfect for this node. It is where tech attackers under the effect of an armor up buff will power drain 15% of the defender's max power each time you parry, and combined with the each time tech attackers power drains, burns or locks the opponent, they gain a permanent passive fury, increasing attack by rate by 35% up to 10 times. So that's some pretty nasty damage you can get. Combined with this, you've also got the kinetic transference node, so power management is really mandatory in this fight, as if you do block or parry too many times, their power is going to shoot up. But with the tech champion and with Hulkbuster having a power drain off his SP2, I think it's going to be perfect for him. So just get a couple of parries off. I'm not going to bother building up to the max stacks straight away. Just going to get SP2 and then it's just smash him in the corner with heavies. I love this mechanic, I love the style of play. I do like it just feels so much fun battling him in the corner. And with unblockable specials at 51,000, it's not a bad way to end a fight. Hulkbuster is amazing for this node. I think as you saw there, that was a really nice fight. Oh, there's war. Last war of the season. Got to finish strong. So this next fight I was kind of concerned about, mainly because it's Nightcrawler. You know, I need to switch his stance, and if I don't, he can be a real pest. So that's the first thing on my mind here going into this. Just going to avoid this heavy. Really want to back off and start a timer. We do a really slow combo, and we've got the stance switch, no evades thankfully. Get a couple of parries off. Again, I'm not going to bother ramping up to the max stacks. I'm more worried about keeping him in this stance and getting to an SP2. That's kind of the big thing that I'm just thinking of here. Going to get a couple of heavies off as well. Yeah. The shock damage is really nice, so just the added thing there. Just going to back off again, and he's blocking, launch the SP2, and it's again into heavies. It's a wee bit slow and nearly get caught, but you know, we're just spamming away. That's 32,000 heavy, not bad. I'm finished with a non-critical SP1. Super quick fights. It's what I like about these nodes in Cavalier at times. They can be quick with the right champions. That was kind of a complaint I've heard for the last couple of months. It was Cavalier it's really long and drawn out. It can be quite slow to do, but this node is perfect for speed if you've got the right champion, in this case Hulkbuster. We're just going to do the exact same method. SP2 heavy, and most likely finish with an SP1. I'm not worrying about getting the stacks, mainly because once you get to SP2 it just charges all the way up to 10 stacks and you're sorted. Gonna evade this. Don't have to worry about power gain either, because you are draining the power off a parry, so kinetic transference is taken out the window, which is really nice. Getting 28k heavy is always nice as well. Didn't quite have enough juice to finish Vision off, but one last heavy did. It's been 3 fights in, we're just under 4 minutes. It's a super quick node. I think it's a really good change. I think it's really helps from the last couple of months, because the tech one was a bit rubbish. But this one here, I'm really enjoying it. Really enjoying it. So now to another fight that's not going to be troublesome. Now there are a couple of fights throughout this quest that could pose a little bit of trouble. Ones that I noticed was Electro and Symbiote Supreme. Electro obviously because you've got the damage back when you touch him, so that isn't going to be good when you're dealing out 28,000k heavies, so you're going to be doing a lot of damage to yourself. Symbiote Supreme, with his stagger right off the start of the fight, you will take a lot of damage in Cavalier from his abilities, so I would avoid that as well. And that's, in time explaining that, absolutely rinsed Iron Fist. That's another super quick fight. This next fight up, I had no idea what her heavy was, and I wasn't quite sure what her specials were, so I was kind of a little bit apprehensive of this fight, but I was sure that Hulkbuster could do it. There was no sort of anti-Hulkbuster mechanics from my recollection on her. She's a pretty good champion though. I'm still chasing her, still can't quite pull her. Hopefully soon I'll be able to play around with her. I've only got a 4-star, but that's probably why as well I'm not so used to her animations. Here I just back off, avoid the SP1. I think there's a beam that fires or something on the floor. I was just being super careful, watching this passive evade now, waiting for that to go, and now we can go into the SP2 as soon as she blocks. There we go. Now I'm a bit far out from the wall here, so I can't do the heavy attack. If I start doing that there, I'm going to miss and she's going to counter me, and her basic attacks will put a pretty beefy shock on you. That I did know. So I was just super careful until there. My timing was a little bit off, and luckily she didn't retaliate and can get the win. There's not much damage taken. I got a bit dodgy at the end, but take a little bit of luck. You always need it. Moving on to the last fight of this path, we've got Sabretooth. So that's nothing to worry about for Hulkbuster either. I do have 3 out of 3 in despair, so the more debuffs I put on him, the less his regen is going to be. So this should be easy peasy lemon squeezy again. Now, I did have a human torch in the background if things did go a little bit dicey, but luckily they don't. Really just going to get some debuffs on him. Just try and reduce that healing. Going to block this SP2. Timing something a bit funky, especially up close. I just thought play it safe, you know. And if worst comes to worst, I've got healing from Hulkbuster's duped ability to back me up. But now we're just into the heavy spam. We're hitting 33,000 heavies. Not bad at all. Hit him with an SP1. Super long stun because he blocked. Always longer when he blocks. So now we are done with the path and we move on to the boss. Spoiler, I didn't take him with Hulkbuster. It is a Mojo. I hate Mojo. I'm going to use Human Torch purely because he's a rank 3 6-star, and I don't think Hulkbuster is going to be very good for this boss. The one complaint I would have about Cavalier difficulty is that the boss nodes don't have the same nodes as the paths. You don't have the tech node. I think that would be quite fun if it had that as well, just to keep using that same sort of champion. You know, say you take a team in of techs. Here, if I start getting armor ups and I misjudge the prompt and I set him into the anti-life field, I'm going to DGN for days. So I just didn't think it was a good matchup for Hulkbuster. That would be one thing I'd say. You know, you've got a Human Torch. You know, he's amazing for Mojos and any Mystic in general. Especially, mine's a rank 3 6-star, so it's always even nicer. We take him to war later on. I think he's probably my most used champion now, just given he's so much versatile uses, and the prefect ability is just amazing. I do make one mistake just here. Mojo is not a low enough health for me to launch that SP2 and kill him. Now, he does have a fair few small charges on him, so if I survive this and come out, the power sting will end him because he's in such low life. Luckily the Mojo SPD does not hit very hard, especially on a rank 3 6-star I guess, and then the power sting comes into play and he is dead and the path is done. I'm really enjoying that new node. I think it's amazing for certain champions. It's always nice to use someone you don't actually always use, and even you saw there, you don't need a rank 5-star or rank 3 6-star to complete the paths. A rank 4 5-star does well. Even a rank 3 5-star Hulkbuster would absolutely mash that path into oblivion. But that is the end of the video. If you did like it, please drop us a wee like, give us a wee comment. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel for future content, and I'll catch you in the next one. All the best.